Hi, my name is Sarah Gogg. I'm a circulation clerk at Thornton branch of Granville County Library System, and I'm here to pitch a new adult program to offer at Thornton Library, Cookbook Club. What is a cookbook club? It's an alternative book club format focused on reading cookbooks and recipes instead of novels. Patrons can try new foods and cuisines and build a community around loving and sharing food. Several libraries and bookstores host cookbook clubs across the country. This testimonial from a librarian in Utah asserts that cookbook clubs are fun, create new friendships in the community, and make cooking a new hobby for some of the members. It also offers tangible benefits to the library, such as increasing circulation of cookbooks in the library's collection. So why do we need a cookbook club? We can increase circulation of adult nonfiction. Overall, our circulation of physical materials has been down about 2.7% in the past 5 years at Thornton branch. Nonfiction represents 21.3% of the adult circulation, which is actually an underrepresentation since there are 28.7% of the collection is nonfiction. Building up our circulation numbers of our physical items is essential to justifying the existence of the physical library collection in the future. If you break down the adult nonfiction circulation into the Dewey Decimal categories, you'll see that the 600s are by far the largest percentage at 29%. That includes the cookbook collection. We can strategically focus on offering programs that feature books that patrons already like to check out, such as cookbooks. We can also increase attendance at our adult programs. We can encourage adult recreation. We can create a new group of library supporters. We can discover new partners in the community, such as local restaurants and local farmers. And we can build momentum for future adult programs. If this program succeeds, we'll have a greater chance of encouraging more adults to show up for recreational programs in the future. Cookbook Club also aligns with library system goals. This program supports the organization's missions of lifelong learning and cultural enrichment, and the organization's vision to inspire our community to grow and learn together. This program can complement existing initiatives surrounding food and community nutrition, such as the Seed Library, our Farm to Forage programs, and our relationship with the NC Cooperative Extension. This program also corresponds to patron desires for food and nutrition programs based on last year's adult programming survey, where respondents indicated that they prefer programs related to food and nutrition and book clubs. Cookbook Club combines both of those into one program. Lots of other public libraries offer a cookbook club, so many that there are several programming resources on the ALA website that we can use to get new ideas for the program and troubleshoot problems. On a more local level, Wake County offers cookbook clubs at several of their branches and assembles a LibGuide with the schedule of the monthly picks for patrons to plan ahead and pick up a copy at their local branch. Cookbook Club is a great way to get patrons excited about food and reading. It can be a forum to facilitate community and social bonds and encourage knowledge sharing about food, cooking, and nutrition. Patrons can have the opportunity to learn about and use local ingredients, and we can encourage them to grow their own with the seeds in our seed library. It's an opportunity for patrons to try something new, such as a new cuisine or a new skill in the kitchen. And cookbooks are also a great way to get patrons who don't describe themselves as readers or don't enjoy reading to read regularly because cookbooks have more pictures, less text, and are interactive by nature. So who should take on this project? The answer is me and Mel Baldwin, our adult services librarian. We're both passionate about adult recreational programs and cooking. Mel brings to the table her experience in planning and executing programs, and I bring to the table my skills in collection development, reader's advisory, and putting together displays, including this display of cookbooks, that will enable me to pick the books that will be the most popular and successful for our cookbook club. Together, we can host this program because we have the flexibility to do programs on different nights with our schedule. So you might be asking, why don't we just bring back Cook the Book, a program where Mel picked a recipe from a cookbook to demo during the meeting for patrons to taste? As you may know, Mel had a significant leg injury last year, preventing her from offering this program, so we haven't had it since last summer. In the future, Cookbook Club will be a better offering because it's easier for staff to execute, it's less physically demanding since we won't be cooking or setting up the Charlie cart. It will use fewer library resources because we won't have to budget for ingredients. It will offer more flexibility and agency for patrons because they can pick what to cook and what to eat. And it allows the community to share knowledge through discussion of the cookbook and adding their own recipes to a community binder. So how can we offer this program? My proposed format is that we meet once a month in one of our library conference rooms. Everyone will discuss the same cookbook or cookbooks around a shared theme, such as baking or Italian food. Patrons can bring in food made from the recipes in the cookbook so that we can all sample and try them. We'll discuss the cookbook, what worked, what didn't. We'll vote on our favorite recipes from the cookbook that we tried, and we'll add those recipes and the patron's own to a community binder. Our estimated timeline for completion is about 2 months to launch. We should start this program right away and offer it this summer. Why now? To offer something exciting for the adults who currently don't have anything special planned for them at our branch for summer reading. So far, it's all about the kids and the teens. We should test 2 meeting dates around the same time, either in June or July, a weekday evening and a weekday afternoon, and poll attendees on their availability so we can pick what works for the future. Some tasks for planning the program include selecting titles for a reading list, creating promotional materials, flyers, and social media graphics that include the rules for participation. We will require that patrons bring in an ingredient list for their dishes to minimize the risk of allergic reactions and inform them that we don't have equipment to heat up their items, so they'll have to bring their own. We'll need to order books from the NC Cardinal system for our first meeting. Since our library system often has only one copy of a book, we will have to plan ahead to order more copies and put them on reserve at the circulation desk like we already do for Mystery Mondays. We'll need to order some supplies from vendors, set dates on the calendar for the interest meetings to book the rooms, and create some program materials, such as a liability waiver, some discussion questions, and a post-program survey. My estimated materials and budget are pretty minimal. We'll need to order some recipe cards so patrons can write down their own recipes to add to the binder. We'll need a large 3-ring binder and some sheet protectors, and we'll need some basic eating supplies. We already have some of these supplies in our reserves, so I estimate that we'll need at most a $40 startup cost, and we won't need that amount every time. We'll just need to reorder supplies as needed, so the costs are pretty low to offer this program. I've already taken the liberty of creating 2 materials that we'll need, a reading list and a liability waiver. All of these titles on the reading list have at least 10 copies available in the system and have broad appeal for all experience levels of cooking. This liability waiver is an example from the Let's Move in Libraries website that we can adapt for our own purposes to inform patrons that eating food prepared by each other at the meetings is optional and they consume it at their own risk. So how will we know if this program is working? Some objective measures of success include consistent high attendance at meetings. If the program becomes popular enough that we have to require pre-registration so that there are enough copies for all the members, we'll know we're doing something right. We'll see increased circulation of library materials, door counts at our branch, and use of our seed library in conjunction with the program. And we'll receive positive feedback on our post-program survey. High participation in the community cookbook, such as adding more recipes and seeing patrons browse the binder, while they're at the library will be an indication that the program is successful. Some more subjective measures of success include a community that's eager to show their cooking knowledge, to share it with each other and their stories in the kitchen. We'll see awareness and acceptance of cultural diversity through food. We'll see reciprocity of knowledge between the library staff and the community. And we'll have repeat participants and regulars at our cookbook club. There's also a lot of room to grow and expand with this cookbook club. We can start a Facebook page or a Facebook group for patrons to continue the conversation online and send out updates about our meetings. If the program is popular enough, we can justify increasing the budget to offer light refreshments at the meetings or bring back cooking demos of the recipes using our Charlie cart. We can leverage the commitment of regular club members to partner with us to offer special programs such as cooking competitions or challenges, or we can table at local events such as Culture Fest or farmers markets. We can also expand the audience of Cookbook Club to include teens and create a meaningful opportunity for intergenerational conversation and programming. The possibilities are endless. In conclusion, our library should offer a cookbook club because it's a tasty way to build community at the library. It's an opportunity for patrons to learn and share their cooking knowledge and to try new things, such as this recipe for a chocolate chai tart I tried at our family Thanksgiving, and it was a huge hit. It will encourage patrons to use our food, nutrition, and cooking resources that we already have at the library and get adults to come to the library for fun and recreation. Most importantly, this program is an easy and cost-effective program for the library to implement. Thank you for listening to my pitch, and I hope you consider adding a cookbook club to our adult program offerings in the future. Thank you.